I really like this concept. It's sort of like a genre-breaking animated feature. So how did this all come about? Because it has some really unique and interesting elements.
We're just trying to have fun. Started with a very loose concept of trying to do a western with creatures of the desert, and got together with 7 friends and artists in a house in the hills above Pasadena, and we worked for 16 months on designing every character, designing the narrative, knowing that Johnny was in.
Okay, that's what I was going to add.
Yeah.
So was he always the centerpiece?
Yeah, I mean, I pitched it to him when we were making the second pirate film, and loosely, and he has tremendous amount of trust. And I got halfway through the sentence about the lizard as a chameleon with an identity crisis in a western. He's like, let's do that. That sounds great.
Who exactly are you?
Name's Rango.
And so, for a year and a half, kind of, worked out the story, sort of knowing what trying to put Johnny in situations where I feel like he could really contribute. So we're sort of designing the narrative around that. And then we did 20 days with the actors, and then a year and a half at ILM.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that because the process for this particular animated feature was a little different than most when it comes to the voiceover work, because you decided to get the whole group together and rehearsed it like it was a play. Why did you decide to do that? What was the motivation and the motives behind that?
Well, just not giving up a technique that we use in live action. I mean, I think fear was the motive. I mean, I don't want to. I've never made an animated movie, and when people start saying, "Well, this is how it's done," I was like, "Whoa, wait a minute." I've got Ned Beatty and Harry Dean Stanton and Johnny Depp. I want these guys together in one place. I want to see them act and react. I want to throw some situations at them that they're not comfortable with, and because that's when an actor reacts. Something honest happens. Something they're not even aware of. I'm trying to get to that place where, everything in this, everything in this process is iterations, endless iterations, and there's nothing intuitive because nothing's real time. That was the one opportunity where, hey, this is the one place in the entire process where I can react intuitively to something, because everything else is a discussion about, he should blink on frame 37, not frame 38, so it was just, it's what we do.
Now, this film, it's, you can tell it's been inspired by a Western. Do you have a particular Western that inspired you when you're beginning the process for this particular movie?
Yeah, when I was very young, I saw a lot of Westerns that I probably was age inappropriate for, and I was just fascinated by the world and the sort of forbidden landscape. So I think they've scarred me, and I'm trying to bring that back. To kids today.
No, please! Hey, I was just kidding! Come on, we're friends, huh? I don't know you. Lizards, frogs, we're practically related. Come on, move over! I let you kiss my sister!
I think the spaghetti westerns, where I was a big fan of, Peck and Paw's films. I was really drawn to the westerns where it's the end of an era, progress is coming. So it's sort of the tail end, not so much the classics, John Ford, as much as the ones where, Once Upon a Time in the West, or, it's sort of the tail end of, and they're sort of a dying breed, these gunslingers, these heroes, these iconic heroes, because the silhouette is, the frame's becoming cluttered and it's sort of less defined. Those themes have always fascinated me, and I think the pirate movies are very much westerns in a similar way.
Very true. Well, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Thanks for doing something different with animation.
Oh, thank you.
Very refreshing.
Pleasure.
No, seriously.
Very fun.
Very refreshing. So thanks a lot.